that you've written down. And I'm just starting to put together little piles for the giveaway on the 24th. So if that is something that you are looking forward to, and as I mentioned, if you are overseas, the package will be a little different than if I'm sending a prepaid box in Canada. It just has to do with the postage and the weight and all of that kind of stuff. So it will be a custom package depending on where you are in the world. It will still be full of beautiful things regardless of where I'm sending it. So I'm actually looking forward to packing that. Good morning to Clevis. So I'm going to use the Thoth Journey Tarot this morning for the message. I believe we've moved into Pisces moon. It really is amazing how quickly the moon changes its course. Not its course, its sign. This deck does shuffle beautifully. Okay. 17th day of December. How are you feeling? How are you all feeling? I do have to say that it is really important and I know I've mentioned this before, but in this time of busyness, your dedication, I mean, obviously, if you're here, you have some sort of an awareness of the importance of nurturing your own time and your own energy and your own spirit. And to really take time for that is really beautiful. Even if it's just this moment in this day, that's really lovely. Serpent Visionary Oracle, namaste. Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you. If you care to share your name, I'll add it to my list so I remember what to call you. Good morning to Annette. Gergana, namaste. Saskia, hello. And good morning to Casey. As many of you know, I have been working intimately with this deck in a tarot challenge, and it's really taken me down many, many garden paths. Isn't this beautiful? This is not a card I have written about. And hopefully we have enough light over here. I will hold them up. This is the Eon card, the Judgment card. This feels like very much yesterday. Remember yesterday I was, let's just get yesterday's cards out on the table. So yesterday started with the Ace of Cups. And it just really felt like there was an unfolding, something just below the surface. And then today the Eon card is here. So this is so ready to be birthed. And this could be very personal, not anything that you are sharing. And often, Karina, namaste, welcome. Hello, Ramon. Ramon is Moon Scarab. This may be very personal, a new commitment to your unfolding. And I was so inspired by a reel I saw on Facebook this morning, and beautiful soul who decided to commit to herself, and the unfolding and the journey was just remarkable. And you know, often when people commit to these sorts of unfoldings, there's something that changes in their eyes and just their general demeanor. And so whatever is unfolding, and if there has been a glimmer of a new version of you that feels so connected to Perhaps something you have put on the back burner for a long time. Please let that come forward. Hmm. Okay, now I'm challenged. Oh dear. Neteski, you joined my Facebook page. Welcome. And I noted your name in my head, said it aloud last night, and then I said, I'm going to remember that. And I didn't write it down. So I'm sorry. But if that's okay, I'll call you by your first name if it comes back and I remember what it is. And so, yes, welcome to Karina. Okay, let's draw two more. Oh, okay. The sun is illuminating that door, and that door is ready to open. Esther, yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Esther. Okay. Hello, Gerald. Namaste. So, are you brave enough to open the door? And I guess that's the big question. And perhaps to keep the door open. I feel like there's been a story that has been developing here. I really do. Then we have Earth 4 and Earth 3. And you know what I'm sensing in the Earth 3 card, and I'll weave this all together for you, is that so we're in a city, but there's something that is in the density, in the yeah, let's call it density. In the density of the city, even in the density of the city, there's this cloud of sort of etheric energy that is there. Also, there's something about the red that is emerging through the soil. It's almost like, regardless of circumstances, this transformation is possible. Good morning, Mary Beth. Okay, so let's put this all together and just think about what was being revealed yesterday. Commitment is an important word. And I don't know if any of you choose words for the year. In Sanskrit, the word abhyas, A-B-H-Y-A-S-A, abhyas, is a really important word in that it means we keep coming back again and again. Even if we fall off, even if we don't show up one day, we don't beat ourselves up. We just keep coming back and we continue and we persist. Like those dolls in Japan, the Dharma dolls, same sort of story. Abhyas refers to dedication and commitment. And so this unfolding that has been developing throughout these readings over the last couple of weeks is really coming to the surface now. And so there is an action that is required, and that is that you open the door and you actually walk through it and know that regardless of where you are and what your circumstances are, that Spirit is there and Spirit is with you as part of this journey. And then the other piece that felt really important, not necessarily coming through these readings, but through a general energy in the environment, is that just to remind yourself in your own words, in your own way, I am important and this is my journey. This is my time. And so not only do I have the right, but I honor my soul's journey, and I dedicate some time to this every single day. The thing about the birth canal, this is a really important part of the tarot, and I encourage you to look at this if you are pulling cards for yourself, and that there's this dance between restriction and expansion. And sometimes we feel as if we are completely strangled. And know that is part of the process. Often that incredible tension comes before the expansion. Okay. There we go. Lumina Tarot goes to the side. All right. So, my favorite things. I am a card player. And when I say card player, I mean I love playing cards. I'll play cards with the kids. I'll play cards with the grandparents, though there aren't too many of those around anymore. I will play cards with the guys. I have learned how to play Texas Hold'em in this last year so that I could be part of a group because that's how much I love playing cards. I will play crib with a couple of people who are expert crib players just because I love playing cards and um, I am not a great crib player, but I can hold my own. So yeah, I really do. I love playing cards and I always have. And we played cards as of, it's part of family tradition for me playing cards. And so I thought, as far as tangible things that I would share with you today, is a couple of my favorite card decks. And these are the backs. This is a beautiful deck. So I believe this is by the creator of the Vindur Tarot, which is a very airy deck. And it's dark here, folks. I'm sorry, I can't see. This is a beautiful clamshell box these cards come in. Oh, this is called it has a title, the Voxa deck. It has, just like the Vindur Tarot, it has yellow edges. And it's funny, when people play cards at my house, I often bring out one of my special decks to play with. Now, this one is pretty special. It's matte and just beautiful paper. And I don't, why is that in there? I don't generally read with playing cards. And this deck doesn't have any extra cards in it. It just has the 52 playing cards. Let's see if we can find some Jack, Queen, and King. But it's really beautiful. And I suppose one day if I were to read playing cards, because playing cards have, where's all these cards? Hello? Oh, there's a Jack. I guess we have seen some. Queen. I want to read playing cards authentically. I don't really want to read playing cards as I could read them numerologically, but it would be fun. And I actually did pay for Kelly Fitzgerald's reading playing cards course. Haven't done it though. So that's on my bucket list. So this is one of my favorite playing card decks. Love the paper, everything. And then I have shared, I think, this other one before, and this is extraordinary. So this kind of goes in the this is an Usi deck, and I was talking about Usi and the quality of their cards and productions, and this is the same quality paper. And this particular deck is, I think I sorted it. Did I sort it? Yes, I did. This deck has moon phases, and it has majors. And I didn't know that at the time. I think. I haven't actually used this one for playing cards. And then it has the playing cards. And it's beautiful. There are some other extra cards as well, too. Just let me turn it over and look at it. Yes, there is a sun card. There's your Jack of Hearts. It's really beautiful. And so this is one of the decks. So this one and um, I was going to say Patrick Valenza, but it's not. It's Patrick Fogarty. His astrology deck um, are two that I often pull out. And there's also moon cards in the um, if you have the Usi deck, the one that is gosh, Pagan Otherworlds, it also has moon phases in it. So if you are, and Gerald, I don't know if you remember, way back in the day, Gerald took a course with me, and it was called Read With Me Too. We were looking about laying down a landscape on the table. And that means, putting the moon phase down and maybe putting the current astrological sign or a seasonal card. These kind of decks are really great for that. So, yeah, I like these kinds of extra cards in a deck. Mexico. Lorena, welcome. Namaste. Okay, now, shall we go to my tarot tip of the day? And this one requires no cards. And this is something that I cannot emphasize enough. And that, what did I call this tarot tip? I think I called it On the Road. I have this list of tarot tips, and perhaps I was going to say perhaps I could publish them, but if you've been following along, you'll know what my tarot tips are. So this particular one is about reading publicly. Take your cards on the road. Now, what I mean by this is it is important to push that edge. If you've been reading tarot for a while, only for yourself, only pulling in the back room of your house, your secret little card room, it's time. It's time to take the cards and to go outside. Now, this could mean you do a reading for yourself at a coffee shop. It could mean that you're sitting at a park and you're on a bench and you just shuffling cards on your lap and you pull a card. That would be stage one. Stage one would be to just show yourself and to find some comfort and confidence in reading cards and letting other people know that it's a very normal thing to do, and you do that. And I'll tell you one story, which I've shared many times, and that is I have a ferry ride, not on the back of a winged elemental, but on a boat between where I live and the mainland. And so I find it really interesting to sit in the coffee shop or in the cafeteria and play with my cards, because often people will approach you. Some people will walk by and they'll roll their eyes, or they'll look at you, but often people will sit close and they'll stare. And this is a wonderful way for you to do your first public reading, if you've never done one, to read for a stranger. And that could simply mean, would you like me to draw a card for you? I can't say enough about going public. And if you've never done that, try it. This could also mean that if you've never read for your family and friends, to put a deck out on the coffee table or put a deck out on the dining room table. So you serve dessert and you put a deck of cards on the table. It's a huge step for a lot of people. And I'm not talking about reading at a psychic fair or anything, because that's a whole other level. This is about you building confidence to share what you love with others. And if you are in a position where you feel that you will be judged, then that is also a really important part of your journey. Because if you are sitting in that place, it's not healthy and it's not authentic. And it is a very difficult bridge to cross. And it may feel as excruciating as that journey through the narrow constriction in this card. But in the end, you will thank yourself. You will. And Lorena, if you have a deck that you don't care gets a little sunscreen on it or a little sand, beach readings are absolutely brilliant. I'm sure you can find a place and get a little table and do that. People love doing that sort of thing on vacation. If you are on vacation. I didn't know that maybe you live in Mexico. Yeah. So give it some thought and let me know how you if you have experience reading publicly. Okay? All right. So you have a lovely rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow for day 18. Take good care.